Welcome to Automate Your Agency. Every week, we bring you expert insights, practical tips, and success stories that will help you streamline your business operations and boost your growth. Let's get started on your journey to more efficient and scalable operations.
So, Beau, I've been thinking with all this AI stuff coming out, wouldn't it be cool if we had a way to just prompt and it could magically create a Monday board for us?
You're in luck, Micah, because you can actually do that.
Yes, our rehearsal worked.
It did work. It did work. So Monday actually came out with a really cool tool called Monday Magic. And this is something that you're able to prompt with a system that you're trying to create. And it will actually create a preview of that system, record a video for you, walking you through the system that you wanted to build. And then you can deploy it directly into your Monday account. But to me, this is one of the most brilliant things that Monday has done. These guys have basically created a lead magnet, right? To show people what their processes can look like in their system, which is super cool for anybody that's looking at WMS tools, that's trying to decide between all the top three. And this is a really cool way for them to be able to jump in, prompt what they're looking for, but then get a very quick view of what that would look like inside of Monday. So I think this is huge for those folks that, number one, want to see what things will look like inside of Monday. And number two, anybody who's currently working in Monday can use this tool as well. It's free to everyone. And you can have it generate things and push it directly into your Monday.com account. So it's
Now,
pretty...
what's cool about this episode, Beau, is I have not looked at this yet. So any surprise that I have on my face or in my voice is authentic. Any disappointment on my face will also be authentic as we go through this.
Well, I tell you what, I mean, it's super easy for us to jump into and take a look at. And for everybody listening, I'm going to do my best to commentate what we're looking at on the screen. So if you're not watching the video and you're listening, I'm going to do my best for you. Hopefully Micah can keep me true on this. But I say let's jump in and take a look at what this thing can do. How's that sound?
Let's do it.
Awesome. All right. So if you're able to view the screen, if you're not able to, we are currently on the Monday Magic homepage. If you want to go to this and you want to see it online, it's monday.com/magic. Okay. You're going to jump into that homepage and immediately you're going to see a big prompt window in the middle of it. So you can either start typing your prompt into that prompt window, or they have some pre-built prompts that are down at the bottom that you can select. For the purpose of this, I'm just going to select one of these pre-built prompts so you can see how all of this works.
I don't know. I was going to say, let's not do a pre-built one and let's put it to the test. And let's just see what it can do when we throw something at it.
Give me an idea, Micah.
Let's give it something that would have context to us. Let's say we want to create a project template for a client project for a digital agency.
Okay. So then I selected Create with Magic after we typed that in, and now it's thinking. So a couple of things on this while it thinks. It takes about 2 minutes for it to generate something, but you can see in the left-hand sidebar that it's bringing up all of its reasoning, all the thinking that it's going through, and what it's going to produce is going to be here in this left-hand sidebar. But then it's going to give you a preview of what it's built over here in this big section to the right of the screen.
That's cool. So they're clearly doing like an agent setup in here where, it's planning it out. And then from that plan, it's tying into its own system to build the boards.
Absolutely. So a couple of caveats here that I just want to make clear to everyone. So this can do a lot as far as structural building and being able to create systems and things like that within Monday, but it cannot create native automations inside of Monday. It will not create those automations for you. It's not going to do a lot of things on the sub-item level. And that's something that is coming soon as far as a feature is concerned, but pretty much everything else it can do. One of the things that's the most time consuming when you're using Monday, and especially when you're first using it, is understanding how to use the connected board columns and even those mirrored columns. That's where you can connect things from board to board. You can bring information through into a particular board. It can do that if you're asking it to build a full system for you where you have multiple boards here.
So check interesting. I was going to ask, Beau, why you kept using the word system and not board, because I was under the impression that it was just going to build us a board. But what you're saying is it's going to build multiple boards and connect them together for us, which is super time consuming.
Yep.
So okay. So it's not going to do the automation. good.
Right.
You and I still have a job for implementation projects, but it is going to save a bunch of time. And there's other tools, not in the project management space, but even for like designing landing pages that I find myself using, and it's almost like prototyping.
Yeah.
So I'll throw in a quick prompt. It gives me a quick landing page. I'll continue chatting with the AI. We hone the landing page. And then I'm going to hand that to a professional designer who is going to take that idea or that concept and do it right, because we can only get it so far with the AI. Are you finding like this is kind of equivalent to that?
Yeah, I do think it's equivalent to that. I think the beauty of this is that if I'm a department manager, right, and I say this is what I want to build inside of Monday, I can sit here, use Monday Magic and say, this is what I want to see. But maybe I have somebody that's an implementation specialist within our organization. And that person can come in behind me and essentially update everything that was created and make it truly work. Or obviously you can reach out to someone like us and help, we can help out with any of that stuff. So it really is, it's a great way for you to get ideas from your head into the system. And it's just, it does a wonderful job. Now, obviously it's not going to nail it every single time, but we'll test it here in a minute, but I want to show you guys what's happening here. And so everybody who's listening, what it's done at this point in time is it's still working on crafting our solution, but over on the right-hand side, it's giving us a preview of everything. Now, it went above and beyond for what we prompted it with. And we have a client relations section and we have a project management section. And it has created a client feedback board, essentially, with a feedback form. It's put in all of the different columns that we would like to see inside of a client feedback board. It's created a dashboard, a very rudimentary dashboard, but there's a dashboard.
There's 2 metrics on the dashboard, but hey, it's a start.
It tried. The project management section here, and we've got a project request board, again, with a form. It has a bunch of different columns that it's saying it's going to put into there. And what's even cooler is it's mocked up mock data in here so we can see what that'll actually look like. So we can see that.
I really like that side of it, because that's so hard when you're building out structures of things to understand what's actually going. Like, okay, I can see all the columns, but how does that actually look with different values in there? The fact that it throws the different values in there so that we can see it is good. Now,
Right.
did it connect?
Yeah.
It connected this one to related projects, but okay. And then I'm assuming projects are related to, tasks, and then
Yep.
interesting.
Yeah. So they split it up, which is really interesting how it did that. So
Probably for the relationships, but yeah, this would be way more boards than we would normally set up. But this gives us ideas too.
Absolutely, it does. And I think that's the best way to use it is if you're just trying to translate an idea into the system, it's great to just, what the hardest part, and we found this too, even within our team, is it's difficult to sometimes take that idea and materialize it initially. So having this as kind of that thought starter or build starter is really fantastic. Now, something else.
How do the forms look?
Let's see. I did a good job. It even put in descriptions.
Put in descriptions for the fields. I'm pretty impressed by this. Yeah.
Me too. I am as well. But yeah, so created a bunch of different boards here: project request, active projects, project plans, tasks, reports. It gave us a project overview dashboard, which again, 2 metrics. Task progress dashboard, again, 2 metrics. But it's at least giving you a foundation to work with. Something else.
And I like the idea. Sorry, I keep interrupting you as you're trying to talk about the video, but I love the idea that it's giving ideas about dashboards, because even when we train clients and work with clients on things like this, it's always like, what about the dashboard? What about the dashboard? Hey, what kind of dashboard do you need? And that's always kind of a afterthought. Whereas with this, we have 3 dashboard examples and ideas already started.
Absolutely. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the video. So what it actually does is whenever you go into this and it creates this for you, it drafts a video for you. It looks like it's still generating the video here a bit. Yeah, it is. But what this video essentially is it takes what you've created and it's going to provide it.
Welcome to watching a client submit a new project request using. Now we can see the account manager reviewing the submitted project request in the project requests board. They can check all the information provided and update the request after approval.
I mean, that to me is just too cool that they do that.
That's incredible. That's
From
really
It
impressive.
is. From a new user perspective, I mean, somebody that's never seen Monday.com from the inside out, right? That's super helpful for them.
I mean, essentially, you prompt it, it gives you any scenario, or you give it any scenario. It gives you a bunch of ideas on how that can be done with Monday with a walkthrough video.
Right.
Yeah, I'm really impressed by this. So can you now chat with it and improve the design? So if we gave it a question like, well, how do I manage clients, because we're asking for client feedback and have projects, but there's no mention of clients.
Well, how do I manage clients if say it again?
Let's just leave that as a question. How do I manage clients?
Let's do that.
See what it says. Keep the prompt simple. And
So it's telling us what we have to manage clients here.
okay. And if you ask, oh, create
I'm
solution.
gonna try that. Let's do it.
Yeah, see what it does.
Oh no, it's wanting me to push it into the account now.
Yeah.
Let's say
So that's
this.
how they get you to sign up. All right. So what did you just type?
I typed in, can you please change this by adding a client hub to the system you've created?
So now it's rethinking about it.
Yep. There it went. It just dropped it in.
So you can see the changes in real time. It's auto populating it now. And does it update the video?
Possibly. I believe it does.
That's crazy.
I mean, if you think about the implications of this, though, like, I mean, I guess implications is probably the wrong term here, but the value and benefits of all of this, it just
They
amazing.
already have a starting point. Anybody has a starting point for this. But even if you already have a Monday account, like, I mean, I would use this just to get ideas on how to lay it out, because this is, you know, you could go to Claude or you could go to ChatGPT and ask, how do I structure my Monday account for blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And it's going to give you a bunch of text. But this gives you actual boards, actual data to look at, actual dashboard ideas, actual relationships. That's very different than just text. So I could see using this even as a Monday.com current user just to get ideas. Now,
Right.
I think the caveat that you mentioned earlier is really accurate. It's it's good for ideas. This is probably not the end all be all for design. Like, these are a lot of boards to manage that it's suggesting. That's going to cause problems with scalability and team
Yeah.
training. So there is that, but at least as a starting point, and then get your feet wet and then figure out what the problems are and then iterate and improve like we always talk about. This is phenomenal.
It really is. And I mean, to your point, it is generating a lot of stuff for us here. Now, who's to say though, if we were to be more specific in our prompt, right? If we said, I want to create a 2-board system that has all of these things in it. So if you're somebody that's really good at planning this type of stuff out, even if you are an implementer of Monday.com, I could see you being able to say, I want to build this exactly through your planning process and then prompt Monday Magic with that. It might get much closer if you've already thought those things through. So just something to think about there. But, you know, I do think that, man, it blows my mind that they've added this in and that it's free to everyone, you know, that someone can come here and use it. I do want to make mention, just for everybody listening, I do want to just repeat that this is not inside of the Monday software. So if you're using Monday Work Management, you're using the CRM or anything like that, you're not going to be able to utilize this inside of Monday. You legitimately have to go to monday.com/magic. It's separate from the system itself. And then if you're signed in, you can push it into your monday.com account from there. So it looks like it's still thinking really hard on this client hub here, but at least we know that it can go in and create what we want it to there. So just to show everyone, I'm not going to push it into a Monday account, but after it's done everything that it needs to here in the preview, you simply come up here to start using, and it says, take this solution into monday.com and keep editing it to make it your own. So you can push it into your monday.com account. What's cool about this and what I mentioned about it being a lead magnet is if you're someone that's not using monday.com and you click this button, it's going to say, create your account. So again, really cool. A great way to get a starting point here.
Yeah, definitely solves the starting point. I think honing it, adding the automation, all of that kind of stuff it would be next steps, of course. But man, killer place to start. I'm super impressed by the tool. I would use it.
Me too. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what Asana and ClickUp is doing to, maybe not catch up, but maybe compete with this type of stuff. Because when we see people using Monday, I hear a lot of our clients and a lot of the people that we talk to say things like, I love using Monday because it's so simple.
Right.
And that must be a mantra inside of their organization because they have just made signing up for Monday and getting started super, super simple. And I mean, I think touching on just the AI side of this is so different than saying, hey, we have 1,000 templates that you can use because we know this, like that sounds cool. Like, oh, there's probably a template for me. You're going to look at 3 templates and go, yeah, screw this. I'm not taking the time to look through 1,000 templates to figure it out and then test it. Yeah. So then this is, I don't even need a template. Monday doesn't even need 1,000 templates. They just need the ability for the AI agents to understand the prompt and understand the tool and essentially create a custom template to start.
Yeah, you're totally right on that, Micah. I mean, I think they nailed it with this. And it's something that the hope is that, ClickUp and Asana, they will, roll something like this out. I think there's something similar to this in Teamwork that's quite similar to this, but it's not on this scale, right? I mean, and it's something that's embedded inside of the system. So, yeah, I'm excited to see where they continue going with this. I know they have a lot more features coming out with AI for Monday. So, yeah, this was a great addition to their stack, in my opinion.
Awesome. So check it out if you're listening. We'll put the link in the description. Again, it's monday.com/magic, and let us know what you think of it.